My husband ruined our 16-year relationship for a 19-year-old. Now he is miserable. I was married to Cam, 34, for 6 years and together for 16 years in total. And we also share a daughter, Mia, 4. A bit of background, I was at SAHM and he worked, but I noticed he was coming home late. He started getting angry a lot, also always on his phone. And to mention, I had caught him looking at this girl's Instagram story before, but I didn't think anything of it. Shortly after that, I found out he was cheating on me with Sky, now 19. Yeah, barely legal. When I found out, I was hurt, but I was also completely disgusted that he was cheating and willing to ruin our family for her. I ended up finding the girl's story he was looking up Instagram, and I just made an assumption that it might have been her. And I shot her a DM. Long story short, she was rude as hell. She had zero remorse and kept on telling me to bother my husband who cheated instead of bothering her. She was aware he had a wife and family but didn't care and even told me that he was paying her tuition. I ended up getting mad and telling her to stay away from my husband, but she just told me she would keep going and it was just fun. After that, I guess she told my husband and I think he realized that I wasn't leaving. He literally would leave his location on even when he went to her college campus, which really pissed me off because I couldn't see how he was really ruining all we had for some girl who isn't even serious about him and also not even fucking legal to drink yet. Our daughter Mia attends ballet and they had a performance. This is what really was my breaking point because our child should always come first. He was out all night long that Friday and on Saturday was the recital and obviously he needed to be there for Mia's first recital. I gave him until 11 p.m. Then I finally called him and guess who picked up the phone? Sky. She told me that he was busy and then hung up and that was my breaking point. I quickly packed some of mine and Mia's stuff up and I woke her up so we could go to my mom's house who didn't live far. That was a year ago. Now we're divorced and I have full custody of Mia while he has visitation rights. I got a job, saved up, and now in an apartment and while it's not the best, it's good for me and Mia for the time being. Anyways, after the divorce, they ended up getting together for a couple of months. While they were together, he was visiting Mia, but not as often. I'd say like twice a month. To nobody's surprise, she ended up leaving him after a couple of months, but this is where I may be the asshole. Ever since they've broken up, he's been depressed. He drinks a lot, he doesn't eat much, he's always sulking on the couch and just not himself. He comes over more often to see Mia, which is why I know this and I feel away. He's all depressed because she left but didn't have this energy when we divorced after being together for 16 years. When we divorced, he didn't seem to care at all. He was just nonchalant about it and kept messing around with Sky. But now that this girl you were barely with left you, you're depressed? Update number 1. My guess is that Cam gave Sky my number because I genuinely don't see how else she could get it. Anyways, long story short, she has read it and she came across my post and was pissed about it. Guys, no joke. This little girl and her friends were spamming my phone with calls. She would call me and say horrible things. And then next I would get another call from somebody else who would say other stuff. This happened about 7 times. The first 2 times, admittedly, I went back and forth, but as it kept going, I finally got the hint they were playing with my phone. So I started recording and just let them yell and insult. I knew they were all together because when Sky called first, I could hear other girls giggling or saying slick shit in the background. I didn't get the whole thing on recording because it came out of the blue, so I only got the last few. If I was to file a harassment report about this, would it be valid or not? I blocked them and threatened to call the cops the last time and they stopped. But seriously, this is childish ASF. Update number 2. 2 weeks later, I ended up emailing Sky's school about the harassment. As I mentioned in the mini update, Sky has read it, so she took the college she attended out her Instagram bio, which she originally had. Sky, I know you're probably reading this, and unfortunately for you, dumbass, I didn't forget the school you attend. I emailed them about a day after my mini update along with photos of my call log, and they finally got back to me this past Monday. They didn't exactly tell me what they did, but to summarize it, they basically told me that they would take care of her and thanked me for it. Obviously, Sky learned her lesson as she didn't contact me at all. Unfortunately, my girlfriend or I couldn't find her parents. On to my ex, soon after my post, I called him and I set boundaries. I told him if he wanted to see Mia, then it was to be done at his home or anywhere but my house. I told him that when it was time for him to come and get Mia, that I would just walk her to the car and that he has no permission to come inside my home. He didn't take it lightly. He fussed that he was allowed to go into the home that his daughter is. I told him that there's no need for him to do that because if he wants to see her and only her, then me bringing her to the car wouldn't be a problem. After a while of fussing, he did accept it eventually.